Hello, I'm Sean Patrick, a professional film critic, and this is my life. My life as a critic. This is a project that I've decided to start. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know if anybody's going to care or want to listen to this, but I welcome you to it. Basically, I wanted to just look back at all I've done in 16 years of being a critic online and on the radio, and kind of look back and see how I've evolved and how film has evolved, how film has changed, how movies have changed in that time, and my writing style, my critical style, my perspective on the movies. I just wanted to see how things are different or how things have changed with me and with movies and with the movies themselves. I mean, movies, once they're made, they're permanent in the way they are, but you as a person change. I as a person have changed in the time since I've seen particular movies. I've been a critic for 16 years. I've been at this for a long time, both online as a writer and on the radio in the Quad Cities as a professional film critic, a member of the Broadcast Film Critics Association. I'm very proud of that association. I'm a very proud member of the Broadcast Film Critics Association, a voting member. I've taken part in the Critics' Choice Awards. It means something to me. And being a critic means something to me. And it's something that has become, it was democratized by the internet, but also bastardized in many ways. Because there are people who try and be critics and they don't have a background. I don't have a problem with that. Everybody needs to share their opinion. My whole thing is about getting people to talk about movies. But there are people out there who, with an untrained eye, don't take care when they're talking about movies, and maybe they don't quite get it. And I'm sure I was one of them at one point. It took me years to get to where I am to become, as I see it, and again, maybe I'm just full of myself, but I do see myself having a particular expertise in watching a movie and understanding how a movie is put together. I don't make movies, and there are people, obviously, I know filmmakers hate the fact that I've never made a movie, so you don't know how hard it is. I get that. But I know a good movie when I see it. And I know a bad movie when I see it. I know bad acting and good acting. I know good editing and bad editing. Every aspect of filmmaking, I have made a practice of studying. I can't do it. It's part of being a critic, I guess. It's easier for me to judge what other people do. I don't consider myself part of filmmaking. I don't consider myself as an advisor to filmmakers. I don't tell them how they should have done something, or maybe I did at one point. We'll find out in this project, which I'll get to in a moment. But the point of it is just I have a critical eye. I've had a judgmental eye about movies. I can see good and bad, and I can explain why I think it's good and bad. And that's my thing as a critic, and that's what this project is going to look back on, is how my eye has changed. I'm going to look back at the reviews that I've done over my 16-year career, and I'm going to read a few of them to you and let you react to them and see how maybe my own reactions have changed. Watch the movie again and see if I've evolved any, or see if my way of looking at things has changed since I watched the movie, and we'll see if maybe that the film has grown in my estimation, or it's probably not. It's probably the same movie I hated when I saw it, or loved when I saw it. But I want to know. I'm interested. I'm interested in doing something where I look at movies and look at myself, and I thought this would be an interesting project to share on my YouTube channel. I don't know how to do video. I'm sorry. I'm learning slowly, but this is going to be an audio-video thing. There's going to be a stand-in picture on the videos, and that's not going to be very entertaining for some, but if you like just listening to people talk about movies and you happen to have, YouTube, if you're somebody like me who's actually put YouTube on the background a few times and listened to something, I listen to Kevin Smith's podcasts, his Hollywood Babylon isn't visual. It's all audio. That's kind of part of what inspired me to do this, is that I don't necessarily need to do video. I got a microphone and a laptop, and I can sit here and talk to you and talk about my review and read you my review when I wrote it and see if I was any good, see if I actually knew what I was talking about. And I promise to try and keep it as uncut as possible. I'm going to have to correct things. It's going to get embarrassing for me at times, looking back at bad puns or just poor writing choices, poor word choices. It's going to be weird for me, but maybe hopefully entertaining. And that's what this project is about, is my life as a film critic. And pretty much anything I can find of mine that's online, I will try and bring you and read to you and see if you're interested, and then we'll talk about the movie. We'll talk about that movie and see if it still sucks or if it's still great or if I'm still ambivalent about it. And that's going to be this project, is talking about movies of the past 16 years, and they're going to be random. They're going to be random as heck. I think the first one's going to be Red Riding Hood with Amanda Seyfried. I just happened to find that on my old MySpace blog, which they sent to me. You can request your MySpace blog if you didn't know that. And I knew I had reviews on there that I hadn't read in years, so I requested it and I got it. And one of the first ones that popped up was Red Riding Hood. I used to write movie reviews on my MySpace page. And so I'll take a look at that one. That's going to be our first episode, the next thing you hear from me. And I just appreciate anybody who might be interested in listening to me talk about movies for a few minutes and talk about old movies, talk about myself, talk about where I was, who I am, and how I've changed. And it's very self-involved. I get that. and if that bothers you and you don't want to be part of this, have fun. Have a good life. I'm doing this for me and for the handful of people who might be interested. And if you're one of those handful, God bless you. Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned. There's plenty to come in this very unusual project.